Good evening, welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenton Casper. The St. Lucia Amateur Swimming Association completed a successful FINA Intermediate Swimming Officials Clinic at the Olympic House in Leclerc this past weekend. The aim of the clinic was to provide basic training for officials on an intermediate level and in addition provide them with the opportunity to develop their skills in St. Lucia. The course, which was attended by 26 participants, included officials from Martinique and was conducted by Canadian instructor Bill Hogan. Some of the topics covered included the FINA rules as it pertains to the 4 competitive strokes and the responsibilities of deck officials. At the conclusion of the clinic, there was an examination and evaluation session, following which participants received their FINA certification of participation. A statement from the PR department reads, SLASA is extremely grateful to FINA for affording the local federation the opportunity to host this clinic and look forward to further hosting a few coaches clinics in the near future. Veterans Inc. once again continues this evening at 7 p.m. with VSADC taking on Monrepo Sharks at the Marshall Grounds. But 3 games are carded for Saturday, 1st December 2018 at the Marshall Grounds. At 4 p.m. in the first encounter, SoFair Veterans look to cement their position at the head of the group when they take on the Monrepo Sharks. At 6 p.m. Canaries Veterans, they take on the Labrie Veterans. At 8 p.m. Marshall Veterans will be in search of a quarterfinal spot when they take on Congorians. The action continues on Sunday, 2nd December, with VSADC playing their final group match against Ansory Veterans at midday at the Saab playing facility. Carricker Masters will be looking for a reversal in fortune when they lock horns with Vieux-Fort North at 2 p.m. Then at 4 p.m., Flow Lancers, they take on Vieux-Fort South. Now, in an early morning discovery, staff at Sports St. Lucia Inc. were called to the Grosley playing field to play witness to what used to be a wonderful cricket pitch. Now, the Grosley playing field got a few upgrades due to the recently held T20 Women's World Cup, but the area was used as a training ground for the international teams. Well, hence, the field has been closed from August 2018 with no form of football possible on the surface. Well, footballers in the Grosley town area therefore had no alternative for training or keeping fit due to the closure of the said facility. Now, speculation is rife that young men and women who love the game with idle hands seem to have grown frustrated with the authorities not providing any consultation with affected stakeholders. Now, on the evening of November 26, that frustration may have turned these idle hands into destroying the one thing they think is not allowing them to use the facility, the cricket pitch. Well, members of the greater community are indeed outraged by the horrendous acts. The Grosley Management Committee and Sports St. Lucia Inc. are therefore actively looking into the matter to bring the culprit or culprits to justice. Sad. Meanwhile, the semi-final round of matches in the Grosley Football League-sponsored Spider Cup, a male football tournament, is slowly drawing nigh. Well, on Thursday, 20th November 2018, 2 matches will be played at the Leclerc playing field. At 6 p.m., Rotary FC, they come up against New Generation FC, while at 8 p.m. at GMC United, they meet Grosley Veterans. The action shifts to the Corinth playing field, where at 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, 1st December, Moshi FC, they will come up against Rotary FC. And at 3:30 p.m. at KFC GMC United, they play Twist Dominators FC. There's further action on Sunday, 2nd December, with Northern United Youth coming up against New Generation at 1:30 p.m. to be followed by the big one, KFC GMC United, to take on Twist Dominators at 3:30 p.m. To date, the point standings as follows. In Group A, Moshi FC on top with 9 points, Northern United Youth on 4 points, Flow Lancers FC on 2 points. In Group B, Twist Dominators on top with 9 points, KFC GMC United with 3 points, Northern United FC with 3 points, and Mango Moon GMC also on 3 points. Well, Netball St. Lucia is actively striving to engage communities and key stakeholders in the developmental sport of netball throughout the island. To this end, a netball symposium will be held on Saturday, December 1st, 2018 at the Castries Constituency Council Auditorium to commence from 10 a.m. The expected outcome of this activity is stakeholder participation geared towards defining the core element of the strategic plan for Netball St. Lucia. Now, Netball St. Lucia extends an invitation to all the media personnel lending support to the process of netball development in St. Lucia. They are asking the media to attend this critical activity. Well, we take a break. When we get back, we have more local, regional, and indeed international developments. Don't bother switch. Welcome back. Now, West Indies women will look to build on their exploits during the recent ICC Women's T20 World Cup when they tour England next year for a 6-match limited over series at several major county venues. The said tour will run from June 6 to 25, 2019. The two teams will contest 3 T20 internationals and 3 one-day internationals, the latter of which will form part of the ICC Women's Championship, the criteria for qualification for the 2021 50 Overs Cup. West Indies captain Stephanie Taylor said the Windies would be up for the challenge as they renew their rivalry with the hosts. This tour, she reckons, will form a major part of their overall development and believe that the team can play well in English conditions. Director of England Women's Cricket, Claire Connor, said she was thrilled by the prospect of both tours, as both teams will be sure to provide a great challenge for them, as well as skillful, entertaining cricket for the growing fan base for the women's game. Wow. Meanwhile, with 215 runs under his belt in 4 matches, Andre Fletcher is without a doubt the toast of the T20 League. In fact, the T10 League, which is on at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Now, the St. Lucia Stars batsman is nicely perched atop the scoring chart and has been instrumental in Pakthorns winning the last 3 of their 4 matches and is looking dangerous and unstoppable. He is second only to Nicholas Paran as far as hitting maximums is concerned. The 30-year-old has sent the ball 17 times over the ropes compared to the 23-year-old Paran's 18 sixes for Northern Warriors. On Monday, Fletcher hit 47 of just 18 balls, and according to his opposite look of right, Fletcher has been hitting the ball beautifully, of course. Now, Manchester United is through to the last 16 of the Champions League by virtue of their 1-0 victory over Young Boys. As a result, they are most likely to finish up runners-up in Group H. Following their 1-0 win over Valencia, Juventus will top the group. Manchester United will face any of the winners of the groups, including Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Napoli, Borussia Dortmund or Porto. Now, in other news, Real Madrid has cemented their position at the top of Group G with a 2-0 victory over Roma. They got their goals from Gareth Bale and Lucas Vazquez. Manchester City were fortunate to emerge with a 2-2 draw against Lyon, which ensures their qualification in the last round of 16 with 1 game to spare. They only require a solitary point to top the group. Bayern Munich had one of the most emphatic wins of the day, defeating Benfica 5-1 as they cruised into the knockout round. Well, finally, Toronto Raptors have taken advantage of one of the NBA's easiest schedules, a quarter of the way through the season, turning in the league's best record as November draws to a close. The going gets tough for the Raptors as 10 of the next 12 matchups come against teams above 500. Toronto kicked off their difficult stretch with a 122-114 victory against the surprisingly good Memphis Grizzlies. After trailing for much of the night, the Raptors turned things around in the second half and picked up their 6th straight win. Kawhi Leonard, he completely iced the game with a 3-pointer of his own to finish with a solid line of 17 points, 10 rebounds and 5 assists with just 1 turnover. Laurie finished with a team-high 24 points. Wow, Raptors looking good. As sports, let's take a look at the weather. DBS News continues after the break.